Of what? Boom.
Yellow.
What up?
What's going on, my fellow FKBT
Happy
members?
Thursday.
I know it is Thursday. We got 2 people over here already. Who is
They were checking in pretty quick.
it? No, it was just
Trying to beat Bailey today.
Nobody beat me.
Well,
what was that for the captain's meeting? They commented at like noon the day
Looks like we only have Harrelson, our true supporter, and Snurley that are the only 2 folks that are watching right now. So hey, when people are asking questions about, hey, what are the boundaries? So we're stating them right here. So this is
it may have something to do with the time that it was initially posted.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Here, you got someone make a post on our members only page and say, hey, Chris is in St. Louis, so it went into Central Time, not Eastern Time. So someone make a post on our members only page and say, hey, hop on the live. We're live now.
The Wiz is on here.
I'll just add everyone.
Are we just being naive enough to think that they actually want to watch this? They only really care about the captain's meeting. Let's be real. But we got some really important information that we're going to be discussing in regards to the Lake Panasoffkee. We're going to highlight some Lake Kissimmee event, the Lake Kissimmee event, as well as the December monthly. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. But again, we're going to be discussing some hot topics, and then we're not going to stay on here too long this evening. So you making a post, Sean?
Yeah.
Nice. How's everybody doing? I see Ken the Wiz, Snurley. So Harrelson, as always, what's going on? Lloyd, thanks for hopping on.
Snurley will extend the boundary for St. John a few miles north of that bridge. Just saying.
I know. We'll discuss St. John's boundaries because we're working in conjunction with the Florida.
They never published their boundaries.
Yeah,
I'd have to go back
to talk about
but
them.
I put the Astor Bridge up north and the Land Bridge down south.
Yeah, so we'll get in contact with them and establish, clear boundaries. Those boundaries right now for the St. Johns River are specific to our monthly challenges, but once we get defined boundaries that we work out with the other tournament director, we will update that so that you guys are aware. But yeah, it's not too. Everyone, we're live. Chris scheduled the event. Yeah, so I'm in St. Louis, Missouri right now, so that's why it automatically, when I scheduled it last night, it did it in Central Standard Time. Wow, Todd's got his attack dog on here already. So we got 5-6 folks watching now. 4, they're hopping off. They're like, this is boring. However, we are going to discuss the Lake Panasoffkee boundaries, all of those details that are involved with that upcoming event. Kind of do like a quick financial update, kind of where we're at with after 3 events, which I think it's a good time for us to do that. So we'll discuss a little bit about where we're at there with the Angler of the Year, with the overall championship pot, and kind of like what our plan is for the remainder of the next 3 events. So what's going on, John? So yeah, Am I breaking up?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right. So what we'll go ahead and just kind of get into is doing a quick recap of the Lake Kissimmee event. Todd and me was not able to make that event, so we were the ones behind the scenes, doing the judging and handling all of the tournament director stuff there. So good job out there. It seemed to be like it was a pretty challenging day out on the water based off some conversations that we had with some anglers with airboats and speedboats and water temps and all that stuff. So however, there were some good fish out there being caught. So we'll start with that. Big bass was third place was Tim Casales with the 20-inch. He was the winner, first place finisher at Lake Toho on our last event. Chris Mitchell came in second with a 21-inch. And then Daryl Harrelson came in first place with a midday 21.25 inch to seal the deal for big bass for Lake Kissimmee, and that took home $205. And $205 was transferred over to the FKBT lunker pot. So the lunker pot for the year is at $605 for the year. And that's 3 events. So last year it was $980 is I think what took it home last year. So we're already on path or we're already projected for that lunker to take home over $1,000 this year, well over $1,000 if we keep up our monthly participations in these events. So keep that up. Keep going after that big bass. Right now, Wendy Biles is in the lead with her. Is it a 22.5? I believe.
I think it was a 22.5.
Yeah, 22.5 that she caught out on Toho. So she is currently in the lead, 3 events in. So Big Fish is still out there for the year. So keep on participating in that, and you might be able to go home with a pretty decent check. And we are including the championship into the lunker of the year. So that you can take home a big check by catching 1 fish at the championship this year. So we'll start in the top 5. We'll go in the top 5 for overall standings for the Kissimmee event. Robert Phillips had 75 inches. Sean Spears, right here, he had 77.5. Chris Mitchell had 83.5. Doug Wilson in second place with 84.25. And Daryl Harrelson took home first place with 90 inches. So good job to all anglers out there, especially Daryl in the top 5 there. Daryl took home, I think it was 1,055 total with first place and big bass. Doug Wilson took home $520. And Chris Mitchell took home $350 cash and then a $50 YOLO Tech gift card. So $400 total there for third place. We were able to, can you guys still see me or did it go black?
It went blank now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine.
After you said something.
Yeah, but can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to do a quick financial recap. So we had 43 anglers at Lake Kissimmee, 46 on Toho, and 45 at Stick Marsh. So we've all 3 events we've averaged over or hovered around the mid 40s, and then we have contributed around $135 was contributed to the championship on the Stick Marsh event. 138 was contributed to the championship pot on Toho, and then $129 was contributed to the Lake Kissimmee event, going towards the championship pot. So that is really, really good. We're trying to figure out ways that we can boost the championship pot. Right now, we're sitting at $2,600 are in our membership, the membership bank account where you guys paid for your annual memberships at $50. That sits in a separate account in Fishing Chaos. And right now it's at $2,600. So we're sitting really good. As of right now, we're three events into the overall championship pot. That money's going to go towards prizes. It's going to go towards quite a number of things throughout the year, as well as some other ways that we're going to be raising some money to go towards the championship as well. So I just felt that it was the right thing to do, is provide you guys with kind of like an early season financial update. Where we're at, we're sitting good. We appreciate you guys being consistent in participating in these events. We know the holiday season's coming up in the new year. So hopefully we're going to be the second week of January. So it'll be after the holidays is our next event. So we're looking forward to starting off the year right on Lake Panasoffkee. So we'll kind of jump into Lake Panasoffkee too. It will be live. It should be live right now on Fishing Chaos. Let me double check that it didn't do it in Central Standard Time as well. So let me verify that. Lake Panasoffkee. Yeah, it is. It is live on Fishing Chaos right now for you to register for the Lake Panasoffkee event. So I know you guys have probably seen the boundaries that Sean posted yesterday, because we got quite a bit of good feedback and comments on that. So we're going to dive a little bit into that here in like the next 5 minutes or so. We're going to let Sean talk about that a little bit. But right now, yeah, it is live on Fishing Chaos. The tournament will start at 7. Lines in, lines out is at 3. Your last photo submission is going to be 3:30, and to be back at the ramp is going to be 4:15. That is, and we are at the post-award ceremony is going to be 4:15. The location and address will be posted to our members only page here in the next couple days. Todd is going to be heading out to a couple areas to verify where we're going to be hosting it, kind of, what makes the most sense. So we're going to look at that. We're reaching out to the marina, or there's a place on the central west side of the lake, right, Todd?
Mm-hmm.
Coleman? Is it Coleman?
No,
Coleman's on the east side.
Oh, okay. Which one? It's the one across from Coleman. I don't know the name of it, but it's the one. It's the famous one on the west coast of the central part of the
I'll have
lake.
it pulled up here in a second.
Yeah, Sean will go through that here in just a minute whenever he does. That's where that's our goal location for the event. So we're just waiting to get confirmation. Yeah, Tracy Point. We're just waiting to get confirmation from them to verify if we can host our award ceremonies there. But all the important details for Lake Panasoffkee is lines in is 07, lines out is 3, last submission is 3:30. The post of the award ceremony and check-in time is going to be no later than 4:15. And your earliest launch is an hour before lines in. So 6 o'clock is going to be the earliest that you guys can launch for that event. I'm going to turn it over to Sean. He's going to go over some of the boundaries and launch areas. So yeah, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
Yeah, for sure, Doug. It is about the most central point you can be on. Pan. Let me share my screen real quick. Hopefully, it doesn't get glitchy like it normally does. All right. Google Maps. Let me know when you guys can see that.
Nope.
Should be coming up. I'm tracking and sharing.
Do you see it, Todd?
Nope.
Huh. There it goes.
Can you guys hear me?
There you go. Yep, you're there now.
All right. Yeah, like I said, once I start sharing other screens on the StreamYard platform, sometimes it's glitchy. But so looking at this overview, you guys have had a chance, hopefully, to look at the boundaries for Pan. Over here on the southeast side of Pan, we have 301 as a boundary. You can't cross underneath 301. As we work our way around to the southwest, we have 48 down here right above the Florida International Teaching Zoo. I'll go ahead and zoom in a bit. And Express 1 issue we brought up yesterday with my guidance on anything within the boundaries is an eligible launch. And this is the only one I'm tracking that I'm going to allow you to launch outside of boundaries. Bailey, can you see Windhaven Boat Ramp? Did it zoom in?
Yep.
All right. So Windhaven Boat Ramp, is the only one I'm really tracking that's going to be right outside the boundaries. And I'll zoom in pretty close. But that's the ramp right there. And this is a boundary. You can't start fishing until you get on that northeast side of 48 up in the Withlacoochee River. All right. So I have 48 as a boundary. And then over here, right off East Trail Ends Road, I'm not 100% sure you can get underneath there. I went ahead and dropped a boundary right there. So East Trails End Road is going to be a boundary. You can't go underneath that road. And essentially, any road you travel underneath of is going to be a boundary. Then I have one right up here by Trails End Park. And I believe this is also East Trails End Road. It's a boundary right off one of the creeks or streams that runs out of the or into the Withlacoochee River. And then we're going to zoom out. And way up here, right off 44, at the far other end, we have Withlacoochee River, right? 44, anywhere north of 44 is out of bounds. And I'm going to highlight one more thing right here by Dam Pub. All right, so it appears that there's two boat ramps at Windsong Park and boat ramp. There's one on the north side of the dam, one on the south side of the dam. You can launch at either one. Obviously, if you want to go to one side or the other, you're going to have to take back out and put back in. All right, so if you go on the north side, you can travel all the way up there to, 44?
Yeah.
To your boundary to the north. Pending any questions on that, it's pretty wide open.
Is the lake in play?
The lake is in play. Hopefully everybody just goes to the river and lake is wide open. All right. But pending questions on that, if you have any, I know there's about 13 of you. Go ahead.
Can you go into Tracy Point and highlight where that's at?
It's being glitchy.
Yeah. It's the Lake Panasoffkee fishing lodge.
Right there. That's Tracy Point. I'll zoom out so you guys can see a snapshot of it right there. Lake Panasoffkee Fishing Lodge. That's Tracy's Point. That's most likely where we're going to go for the post-tournament leak up. And like Chris said, Todd's going to verify this week.
And if not, show them Coleman, where if our alternate location is going to be Coleman landing boat ramp. It's completely across the lake, but they're in the parking lot.
Right here, over on the east side of the lake. Now I checked the Google Maps down here from that boat ramp. I showed you guys all the way down here, right off the southwest side of Panasoffkee. It's about 30 minutes from here up to Coleman to give you a rough time estimate of what it's going to take you. Now from Windsong Boat Ramp up there off of the river, right beside Dam Pub. I didn't check that timeline, but to Tracy's point, it's going to be a little bit closer to Coleman Landing. Obviously, you're going to have to drive a little bit around to get there. So probably roughly that 30 to 45 minute time frame, maybe a little bit quicker. But
yeah, Doug, there's no facilities at Coleman Landing other than a small pavilion right by the boat ramp. So it would literally be us out in the parking lot. So that's why we're trying to go to Tracy's Point. It's just trying to make sure that no one else is utilizing their facilities on the same day that we're trying to host our tournament. So Todd is going to go and take a look over there and speak to those guys and make sure there's not anything we got to do ahead of time. But that's about it. So we launch out of Coleman Landing all the time. It's just an open parking lot essentially, with some bathrooms. So, but it's going to be a good event. Lake Kissimmee was a little bit of a challenge, but for those of you that haven't fished Lake Panasoffkee, it's a great body of water. A lot of eelgrass has been there, all variations of grass, but you also got some timber and laydowns kind of along the bank as well. So, and we've opened up over like 30 miles of river and creek. So Plenty of diversity amongst the anglers. So again, you guys comment and say you guys want to see some more backwaters, you get the backwaters. So just make sure, the one thing that I'm going to stress, I know Todd and Sean are going to stress as well, is make sure that you guys are back to the check-in at the appropriate time. We have been being flexible. A lot of anglers have been calling and saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it, this, that, and the other. Again, this is an opportunity for us to highlight those anglers who are doing really well, embrace this club, the members that are a part of it. And it's a way for us to kind of just come together as a club and hang out for a little bit, and kind of just have fun. But yeah, so again, do your best to be there on time. And if you can't, or something happens while you're out on the water, communicate with us. I'm very proud of all the anglers who have communicated with us in a timely manner, so that we can push that information down to Todd and Sean and Chris. So just continue to communicate, and we shouldn't have any issues with that. We haven't so far. So let's just keep doing the best that we can, so that these events keep going over as smoothly as possible.
But with that, like save, we brought it up quite a few times. Save our numbers in your phone. I know mine and Bailey's number are on the members only page. Save those into your contacts just in case you guys have any issues on the water. I'm trying to assist you anyway.
If for some reason you don't, use the messaging feature in Fishing Chaos. I'm not sure if folks know that there's a messaging feature in Fishing Chaos to where you can send it directly to us. I'm going to make a couple videos like I've done in the past, and I will upload them to the members only page to show you guys how to utilize the app to its fullest, to the fullest, because it's a fantastic app for us as tournament directors on ways that we can communicate with you guys, as well as judge and track Angler of the Year points. So something I would like to bring up now is Angler of the Year points update for the FKBT, and where we're sitting at now after the third event has concluded. So I know when I looked at it last, there was Thomas Woodring is still in first place with 282 points. Right behind him is Daryl Harrelson with 281 points. And then Chris Mitchell is in third place with 280 points. So the top three are all within 2 points of one another. And then you got John Hicks in fourth with 260. So it's a really tight race for those top three up there, Thomas, Daryl, and Chris. So, and then there's a tight race, it looks like, for fourth all the way down to ninth. It's all within, 5 points, 5 to 10 points. So a lot of really good anglers are up at the top. Wendy Biles is in 11th place, just outside of the top 10 by 10 points. So yeah, it's looking good. Last place we have with 64 points is, I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. Hey, I'll be right down there with you, Todd, here in a couple weeks. So you're gonna quickly pass me. So yeah. But yeah, no, that's really good. If you guys don't know where to find the Angler of the Year points as well, if you go to the main trail club icon on Fishing Chaos and you search FKBT, you go to series standings, click series standings right there, right next to tournaments, and you're going to click the 2024. It's blurry. The 2024 season. Click on that, and you will see the list on where you currently stand on the Angler of the Year. I can, once I get home and I get a laptop, I'll pull up and be able to share my screen for Fishing Chaos for people to be able to see it live, like you do the boundaries. And I'll make some videos too if you want to pull it up, Sean. So one thing I do want, while he's pulling that up, I do want to highlight our main sponsors that are going to be our main sponsors for Lake Panasoffkee. For first place is going to be Greg Gerdak with Mondo Fishing. We're working with him to get some product to give away on Lake Panasoffkee. Second place is going to be Catch. We're going to be working with Duke to get something custom for our second place finisher. And Lose is going to be third place sponsor, and we are going to be getting a rod and reel to be given away to third place on top of the cash prizes. So can you go back to Trail Club, kind of like back out of it and how you get there for those folks? So you can go to your dashboard, click your dashboard. It's going to pull up tournaments, charters, trails, clubs. You click trails, clubs, Florida Kayak Bass Trail. It's going to bring you to our home screen. So here at our home screen, if you look underneath Florida Kayak Bass Trail, you're going to see a Facebook, Instagram, and a YouTube. If you click those icons, it takes you directly to our social media platforms. If you want to share our club, you go to the little V with the 3 dots. You can share our club to your friends if they want to join and become a member. Tournaments, if you want to know what tournaments are coming up, you click that. And that lists our Open Series tournaments, our 2024 season, and then a couple other things that are just kind of there. A test tournament if you want to practice. But also, so just click on the 2024 season there. And it lists our upcoming events, our previous, and then some of our archived for that from our past 2 events. So that's where you can go. Now go to series standings. You're going to click on 2024 season, and you are going to see where our current standings are for Angler of the Year. This is a very active leaderboard. As you fish in your event, this changes as your place on the leaderboard changes. It's active, it's live. So throughout the event, we can see who's in what throughout the year. So if you want to go back here, go back to our main Panasoffkee dashboard, our dashboard tournament to Panasoffkee real quick. It's live. Like I said, it's live. Register. All right. So for those of you that haven't or have a hard time utilizing this as well, that view rules tab right up there above the green register, if you click that, it should pull up our rules. It's a little slow.
Yeah, it's not going to show it. I'm going to have to share a separate screen.
Oh, okay. No worries. Don't worry about it. That's where you can view our rules. The most up-to-date version of the rules are going to be there. So if you have any questions, right? So when you go click register for me, Sean, let's go ahead and run through this process real quick. So he's going to go to himself. It's going to have all of his information, whatever, which payment method, are you a member, liability waiver, and then whatever. So go to, yes, you're a member, liability waiver. Yes, you've signed it. I have read and agreed to the rules and the terms. Hit next. Okay, you pick whatever you want to pick. Oh, well, see, hey, real quick. So for Fishing Chaos folks, right? So folks that are not members of the Fishing Chaos like app, or they don't pay $3.99 a month. You pay $3.99 a month to be a Fishing Chaos member. It waives the $4.50, and pretty much $6 it waives in fees for each event that you fish. So if you guys are not a member or subscribed to the Fishing Chaos subscription, just let you know, you fish one event, it pays for itself to where you're not paying $66 each event you fish. Or if you fish our monthly and you're not a member, whatever fees are associated with that as well. So by doing so, you save yourself a little bit of money, and you get some free stuff when you do register to become a Fishing Chaos member. So, okay. Yep. So that's how you would go through and you would register. So yeah. Any questions on that? Did that help any of you guys? Again, hey, can you go down and do the test location? Let's go down to that. So, we're going to go into, so go up to Sean Spears, click up in your name, your dashboard. No, just click Sean Spears. Sorry. All right. So this right here, we were having some issues with some anglers on the water that were their location was turned on, but the fish where they captured their photo, they were not, it was not showing us a location. But when we went down and where they submitted the fish, it was on Lake Kissimmee. So that's why we were able to approve those the fish submissions, because we can see where that fish was submitted from. I want the folks that I reached out to that we were having that issues with, if you participate in the monthlies and you wait until you get home to submit your fish will be denied, because our judges will not be able to see where you caught that fish from. It will only be able to show them where you submitted that fish from. You know who you were. I'm not gonna put you guys on blast here. We were able to make it work. And we were able to make sure that you guys were inbounds and everything there the way that it was done on Lake Kissimmee. But this is where you need to go to test if your settings on your Fishing Chaos and your phone are right. So if you scroll down a little bit, Sean,
I'm on my laptop. It's not going to let me do it.
So go to device. Go to that device, manage. Okay, no, go back. I don't know why yours is a little
It's because I'm on a desktop version.
Oh, okay, here. So I'll run you guys through it here real quick with mine. So you're going to go to when you're on that page, you're going to go to your public profile. You can change everything you want to do on your public profile there. Device and settings, it'll have all that. I'm trying to get down into payment subscriptions. No. Device. So go down to preferences, Sean, when you're there. Can you pull it back up?
Will do.
You'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I always have trouble finding it.
Yeah, it's on preferences, account preferences at the very bottom. So you see preferences there, test app settings. Right there, it's going to see, it'll allow you to test if you allow Fishing Chaos access to your library of photos. Right there. Test location is down there. You will have green check marks. So if you look at it, you can scroll up to the top and it'll see if your app is up to date with the latest version. And then once you test your location, it'll go green. Once you test your camera roll settings, that bar there will go green. And testing your camera, the same thing. It will go green. It will give you if you want to pull me back up. You will see success. You should be able to see this, right, for your location settings once you hit that test location. Okay. Once you go up to test photo library, it's the same thing. It's going to say success. So you guys need to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. And then at the very top, what do you have? That's an error.
Yeah, for app does not have access to camera. Okay. So just camera settings is a common error. Location settings is a common error that you're going to get kicked back for. And camera roll, the app allowing have access to all your photos. Yeah. Realistically, can you not give it access to your camera and still have location and metadata tied to your photos? Yes, and still be able to submit those, but it's just a good practice to allow it to have access to it. I think I just updated that, and normally it has access to my camera. I just tested mine and it was just like no access.
Yeah, and then you'll get a green banner at the top with your app is up to date with the latest software. So if you're having issues with your Fishing Chaos app and you're saying, hey, why does this thing keep crashing? Now you know where you can go to make sure that your app is up to date and every location and everything is good to go. Now, what you can do for your phone is if you're Apple, an iPhone, you go down to the settings, the gear icon on your iPhone, and you scroll down to the very bottom wherever you see Fishing Chaos at on your app. So for me, it's right here, right? So back. So you see Fishing Chaos is right there, right underneath the fish hunt in Florida. You can click that and your app should say location while using, photos is full access, Bluetooth on, cameras on, and cellular data is on. That's what it would look like on an iPhone. I'm going to post some videos on this, kind of like how I did earlier with Fishing Chaos, so that, you know, if you're just now tuning in, and you don't watch the full podcast, you'll at least have a video to go back to. So another thing we're going to touch base on too, again, it's the angler's responsibility to know and to abide by all rules that are covered underneath the Florida Kayak Bass Trail rules. So it's up to you guys to follow them. That's what we use as a guide and a tool to make sure that we're holding these tournaments and being consistent throughout. So failure to do so, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to speak. We're not going to jump to conclusions. We're out here to have fun, but also run professional events that you guys want to come back and fish, right? So that's our main goal. We have Todd, Chris, and Sean and I, we sit down and we talk for 5, 6, 7 hours a night almost, right, guys? Really deliberating on what we're going to do to make sure that this trail is being run as efficiently and professionally as possible. So any feedback that you guys have for us on what we can do better, again, we've been given feedback and we've made some adjustments. Some feedback we haven't incorporated yet into anything, but that's because we're going to we're still figuring out some things as we go along, right? So we appreciate that feedback. We appreciate you guys coming out and fishing these events, right? We have exceeded what we have done last year already. So that's positive feedback for us. So we're excited about that. Also, jersey update. Who got an email from Wildwear today or yesterday? Right. So if you didn't get an email, I know Wildwear sent me an email saying that they're going to be completed pretty soon or within the next couple days, and they'll be shipped out and delivered within 2 business days. So, yeah. Do you have any update on that, Todd? What that actually said? Because I was in class.
It said that they were expected to ship out on the 15th or a day or two after that, and they would be shipping out 2-day air. So everybody should get them, you know, that got the email
Before
should
Christmas.
get it next week.
Yeah, we'll get them before Christmas, which is great. So again, thank you guys for supporting the club in that manner too. We really do appreciate that. We're looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing how well they turned out. And for those of you that don't know, I'm sure you guys all do know, but Todd just bought some equipment as well that he's going to be able to kind of streamline some stuff for us as well here at the club. So excited about that. More stuff to come with that. I'm not gonna spill any beans on that, but Todd is going to be able to help out in a big way. If you guys need anything related to what he can do. Yeah, Todd does got all the spots. Follow him.
All the dink spots.
So,
Hey,
Todd,
follow the orange Hobie.
That would be Scott.
Or is it the mango?
Todd, anything you want to share? Add to the conversation?
No, y'all got it covered.
Yes,
hey,
David, the app updates almost every week.
Yeah, it's been updating. Like every time I get on there, like, are you ready to update? They pushed out like 3 or 4 in the last like week or two. Todd, can you do rod decals then?
I don't know. I mean, I can do cut vinyl. I can do, decals, but, I've never quote unquote done rod decals. So I'm not sure. Doug, just reach out to me and tell me exactly what you need. And I more than likely I probably can.
Can you wrap my truck with FKBT?
I can do that.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, let me put it this way. I can't do that, but I've got people that can.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's good. Todd, I'm pretty sure he can do whatever you guys need or want to do. He's very talented at his craft. So real quick, again, something that we haven't talked about since the beginning of the season or just before the beginning of the season when we released the schedule, right? Some of you guys have reached out and have said, hey, are we still having the championship on May 11th? If you look at the schedule, it should say TBD. Okay. So with that, there has been a lot of conversation going down on the date. We got a lot of the Florida Bass Nation events that are going on pretty much, they're wrapping up their season around that May timeframe as well. So Mother's Day being May 11th, Father's Day being in June, summer starting kind of in May, June timeframe, is a tricky time of the year. Again, Angler of the Year in that race is going to be, the top 25 going to the championship. So it's not going to impact everybody like it did last year. It's only going to be the top 25, and then if you qualified through the monthly trail series and met that criteria. But the most anglers that we're going to have in the championship, I believe, is going to be around the 30 mark. 25 for the trail, and then another opportunity to win your way in is by the monthly trail series by winning a event there. So. But we are in the middle of conversations and figuring out when exactly we're going to host our championship and the body of water on which the championship is going to be held. We're not going to be releasing that body of water up until, what did we say? What was it, like 30 days before?
I think that's up in. That was a discussion. We haven't.
Yeah.
We'll probably release it maybe a little bit earlier, but there's going to be some off limits cut off and official pre-fishing time specified going into the championship. So
yeah, we're going to be pretty strict on. Well, we're gonna set some boundaries and some restrictions on this championship body of water, so everybody has a fair or equal chance to pre-fish. So we're being very thorough and with this process now that there's going to be quite a bit of money on the line, a title on the line. We're trying to do some cool things this year to kind of outdo what we did last year. And if we continue to have the participation that we have at each event throughout the remainder of the year, we're going to be able to do some really cool things for the top 20, for the top 30 that make it to the championship. 25 in Angler of the Year points, and then hopefully 5 from the monthly. But it seems like the monthly trail has not done as well as we have predicted. We have not made it over the 13 angler mark for a single monthly event. So and right now for December we're at 7, so we're not getting the participation. That's just full transparency. But in my opinion, good payouts. I think on average it's like $200 to $230 or $300, including big bass, for 15 people to participate in. I think that's really good payouts. So again, with that, $3 of every angler's, so it's a $30 entry fee. $23 pays out per angler for those events, and $3 goes towards Angler of the Year points. So the more people that we get to participate in those monthlies, we're able to take some of those proceeds and put it in the Angler of the Year pot. So not only is Angler of the Year getting a kayak and some other cool things, they're also going to be able to take home a decent check. Last year it was $350. We're trying to get to at or over the $500 mark for Angler of the Year to take home, on top of some cool products. So participate in those events or in those tournaments, and take home a decent check, but also could win your way into the championship, depending on if you place first in any of those monthlies leading up into May or what's before May? April is going to be our last monthly. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, yeah, so April is going to be your last chance to qualify for the FKBT championship through the monthly tournament series. So yeah. But
Yeah,
other than that,
I was just gonna highlight. I mean, really, there's not gonna be like, I know you said restrictions. Really, it's just gonna be a official off limits period leading to the championship and official practice times.
yeah.
Prior to the event kicking off, we're trying to narrow down a specific body or bodies of water that we're going to fish our championship on, and the date that we can lock in without causing too much conflict with school letting out, bass events going on with throughout the state, so we're not conflicting with anything you guys have lined up. But I'd say probably we can get the location locked in probably in the next week or two. It's just we just got to lock in a release date for that championship location and how far out we're going to release that championship location. But
yeah, it's we're getting there. It's just we want to be very. We want to make sure that you guys are going to be on a body of water that y'all 30 anglers are going to battle it out for 2 days catching, fish. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good year.
Is it going to be Orange Lake again?
Ooh, is it going to be Orange Lake again? I don't know. It could be, very well could.
Or we'll just open up Orange and Loch Lusa both.
Any public body of water in Florida. I'm just kidding.
But you got to make tournament chicken.
Or is it going to be Tanner Rock?
Yeah.
I don't know. It may be the Rock. It may not be. It may be Claremont. We've been thinking about it.
The Claremont chain's an awesome place.
I'm good with that.
The Aqua
Butler chain, Claremont chain. No, it's too far north.
Where do you guys want to see the 11 of you that are watching right now? Where do you guys want to see the championship? Drop it in the comment section. I see Doug. The Rock owes you half an inch. I think God owes him a half an inch.
I knew this coming.
A Popka.
Oh man.
Is he laughing?
Lake Ida, I was gonna joke and say Lake Ida clown knife only. We're gonna have people either wreck the clown knife for 200 inches for a 5-fish limit.
Toho, the Rock, Apopka, Lake Apopka.
Yeah, Rodman's always a good choice, but we got to look at the vast majority of the population.
Yeah, so the big thing we're looking at here when we're deciding this is a central location, right? So last year we got a lot of feedback on the weekend that we were hosting it, the location where we were hosting it, a ton of things. So we're trying to find a body of water where it's accessible. It's large enough for 30 people, but not too large. There's a bunch of things that we're putting factors that we're putting into play to where we're slowly narrowing down. We're slowly narrowing down which bodies of water will be the best option for us. Nobody will have. What did Todd or Doug personally? New water opening. Yep. Oh, there's new water opening up in the Mosaic pits. What is that? Is that where they? I don't know where that's at.
The Suwannee River. We're gonna go out Suwannee bass only.
Actually, hey, what about in Seminole, Lake Seminole? Actually, you know what? We're gonna do it on the Gulf Coast. We're doing it in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm just kidding. South of Bartow can be central, but make it less obscure. So we had an event, Chris, on Rodman last year. It was decent.
Rodman has some giants. Yes.
Yeah. 8 new lakes being added in 2024. That's south of Bartow. I think I heard something about that, actually. I was watching a podcast, and they were talking about the mosaics. So actually, yeah, we're going to do a saltwater championship. We're going to throw you guys a curveball, and we're going to just go out to the Gulf underneath the bridge and fish for hammerhead. Deep water lakes. Yeah, so we're going to look at these Swanee River. Okay, Sean. I know Sean put that in there. What about the St. John's?
We're fishing an event there.
Oh, it's FWC, just like the Rock. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, we're definitely going to be looking at a central location, a really good body of water. But we got plenty of options out there, and I know we're looking forward to it. We're going to be. Last year, I think we gave away around $6,500 worth of stuff in total, including the price of the kayak and all the gun and all that stuff too. So we got some cool ideas. I have a meeting with Duke with Catch sometime next week in regards to some things that we're going to be doing for the championship, as well as the Lake Panasoffkee event. And then we're working with all of our sponsors. Most of our sponsors are going to be linking back up with us in the beginning of 2024 to give us our product that we can start distributing out to you guys throughout the year and for our championship. So a lot of the stuff that you guys have been getting at the post-event meetups have been stuff that we've purchased as a club. So to show our support to our sponsors, right? So not only are we asking for them to donate stuff for us, but we're actually actively supporting them through buying product and using our codes to give back and put stuff in your guys' hands. Outside of Ego did donate a net, so the net was donated. And Torquedo donated the $250 gift cards. Dakota Lithium is donating some 10 amp hour batteries, or the power boxes, right? So there are some things that we're doing in product that has been donated, but for the vast majority of the product we've purchased and we're giving out to you guys. So keep showing your support to our sponsors. The best way that you can do that is by utilizing the codes that are in our members only page when you are purchasing those products. That will, when we go to talk to them about next year and them sponsoring us for next year, the first thing they do is they go and look at their data and say, hey, how many of us or how many of our members are actually utilizing their products and those codes and supporting them. And that will gauge how much they are willing to give us for the following year. So we appreciate your guys' support. The sponsors appreciate it. We're going to have Duke with Catch coming on at the beginning of the new year. We're going to have Ivan with Signal Zero coming on to talk about some of the stuff that he's about to start selling on his website that is fishing related and gun related. We're going to have some more of our sponsors that are going to be coming on in the beginning of the year to talk to you guys, answer any questions you guys may have, but ultimately just show their support as we continue through our season. So yeah. Any questions? Anything you guys want to see from us that we're not already doing? What are some things that you would like, or who would you like for us to bring on to kind of talk to you guys? Let us know. I know we're going to have some stuff coming down with Chad with the KBF here in the next couple months. So more to come with that. I did speak to him, for those of you that are wondering, about the 2024 KBF qualification standards and who from the FKBT qualified for the 2024 KBF National Championship. So we will have him on. I will repost or I'll pin those those anglers that qualify for the 2024 KBF National Championship. I will repin that to the top of our members only page. But that information is sent to him. He's going to upload it to his roster, so your name will be reflected on that when you sign up. You'll be good to go. What are vest holsters? Is Ken the Wiz? Are you
Talking about pistol holsters?
Yeah. So Ivan with Signal Zero, reach out to him, Ken, and we will get you in contact with him to see if he has vest holsters. Yeah, good. Who else would you guys like to see us bring on here to kind of talk to you guys, or just kind of bring on to the show?
I've been talking to, I've talked with Strike King. They're supposed to get one of their guys to come on with us at some point, maybe to talk about the American hero stuff.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, they got a good line of veteran or American hero stuff. We were actually looking at that last night. Todd and I were. So, yeah.
Which a portion of it goes back to support the veterans.
Okay. Yeah, Kenneth, I will reach out to Ivan and see what he can share with me, and I'll post it onto our members only page for a link. Mikey Balls. Okay. With Gambler.
What if we got Mikey Balls and Greg Gerdak on at the same time?
Are they brother cousins?
Would we get canceled?
Oh, probably. No, that would be cool. Okay, yeah, we can reach out to Mikey Balls and see if he'd like to come on. I know that they just did the Gambler only tournament, and quite a few of our guys and a lot of kayak anglers went and fished that. So yeah, we can definitely reach out to him. Won't be fishing within 50 feet of you. Oh, with the gun, with the holster. So how many of you guys are planning on fishing the Lake Panasoffkee event? What'd you send me that for?
Just an idea.
Oh,
my wheels were turning in my head.
I was going to say, I think Fluke Master is going to be here in January, so maybe we might be able to get him on here.
So we're going to have a couple of these folks down here in Florida in January. So I know we've talked to Chad. There's a good chance that he will be at one of our events.
I'll call my fellow West Virginian, Jody Queen.
Would anybody like to have Russ Snyder's on?
Oh, yes.
I can get him on here.
Yeah,
I know him very well.
We can get Russ tonight. Yeah. So no, we would love to get. I know we're gonna get Chad. I think the Fluke Master is gonna be down here with him at the same time. There's some stuff that we're gonna be doing with them at the beginning of the year. So yeah, that's definitely. They're not doing an event here this year, right? So there's Hobie's the only one that's doing one on the Harris chain as of right now. So I know there's a couple Be the Fish podcast. Bailey, he'll be down here fishing that event. So maybe I could reach out to him. I met him at ICAST and we talked a little bit. I introduced myself to him, so I can possibly reach out to him. He's got a really cool podcast on YouTube, and are just fish kind of like what?
Your thumbs up and everybody.
Oh, Greg, it's kind of like Greg Blanchard, but I just friend requested Greg tonight, so we'll see if we get accepted and sneak into that and see if we can get him to come on and talk with us. But no, we're definitely trying. We'll reach out to some of those folks and see what kind of feedback we do get. But yeah, I'd love to bring on those guys and let them talk fishing and hopefully get them to come out and fish some of our events throughout the remainder of the year too, as the kayak season starts back up.
Did you say you did a friend request to Greg Blanchard?
Yeah,
I'm already friends with him.
I know
we saw that. We saw that. You and Clutter were fanboying it up at ICAST with Bill Dance and Greg Blanchard.
That would be Clutter.
Hey, get us Bill Dance, Todd.
I'll see what I can do there. That would be fun.
We'll get Bill Dance on here, and I'll get a cool shot from my hotel bedroom too. Like, hey, we got Bill Dance on the show. We'll get your twin. We'll get your twin, Shaw. Oh yeah, Shaw Grigsby. We do look alike. So okay,
Shaw's only a phone call away.
So so no more Snurley likes Greg Blanchard. Okay.
Fanboys over here.
So we got Seth Taylor that said he's going to be there. Snurley, Doug, Albert, Frederick, Harrelson, Jeff Gallagher.
I'll be there catching dinks.
Yeah, I'll be there. Todd will be there. Chris Clutter's going to be there. Is this going to be the event that we kick it or that we hit our 50 angler mark?
Yes.
So my goal, my birthday is January 24th, right? So my goal for the January event on Lake Pan is to exceed or meet the 50 angler registration. That'd be our first time that we can do that. I think that would be awesome to start the new year with 24. If we can reach 50 anglers signing up, we'll do something big. We'll do a big giveaway or something at the Thursday following it. What do y'all think?
Down.
Y'all down
I'm
to
good.
do something?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll discuss that. But if we can get 50 anglers to sign up for the Panasoffkee event, we'll do a big giveaway the Thursday following. So everyone, all 50 anglers that participated in the event will be eligible for that big prize that we'll do. We don't know what it is yet. We don't know what it is yet, obviously, but we'll do a big giveaway if we hit that 50 angler mark. And every time we hit the 50 angler mark, we'll do a giveaway. Sound cool?
I like it.
Let's do it. Let's make some. Let's have some incentive behind it.
50 anglers. Bailey shaves his stash. I like
So
it.
50. If we hit 50 anglers, no, absolutely not. Get out of here.
Yeah. What was the AOI bet we had going on? Like the tattoo?
Oh yeah, I
The
still might even
FKBT
get
tattoo?
that.
Right now you're
So
losing.
Doug says I'll build a rod for 50, and TQ can do the decals. Yeah. Okay.
And Bailey will get a teardrop tattoo.
Hey, if we reach 50 anglers for 3 events this year, I'll get that tattoo.
The FKBT
teardrop?
tattoo? Yeah, I'd do it.
I'll get the FKBT
I'll do it
tattoo.
too.
If we reach 50 anglers for 3 events, 50 or more for 3 events, regular season events.
Bailey will get it on his lower back too.
No, I will not. I will get that tattoo though. But
Tramp
I think it's
stamp.
cool. Like, no, but we really will do we'll do a cool prize giveaway for 50. But I'll definitely get the FKBT tattoo if we get 3 350 or more. I think that's cool. But we want to get you guys. Is there rookie of the year, and do I qualify if I didn't fish an event last year? So as of right now, that's the second time someone's reached out to us for rookie of the year. We're not doing rookie of the year as of right now, right? We might do something. We don't have a title for rookie of the year. That wasn't in our plan. We honestly, it was an oversight on our end. So at the championship, we got to sit down and look at our budget. And figure out where we can, what we can do for that, and reach out to some sponsors potentially. Maybe something we can do with Strike King, Lose or Mock or something to highlight the rookie of the year, because it makes sense for us to have a rookie of the year because we have so many new folks fishing the trail this year. But it wasn't something that we talked about. Unfortunately, we just kind of missed it. Full transparency on that end, but we can definitely sit down and talk about it. It's not too late for us to talk about it. The only thing is it's going to be something we have to do outside of the standings on. It might just be the rookie of the year is whoever finished the highest in Angler of the Year standings. Whoever that rookie is would be the rookie of the year. So we might do that, and we can figure something out as far as a trophy and some prizes from some of our sponsors. So
yeah, at this point we're not gonna do something half. The other half of that statement is, but we'll work it. Yeah, it's completely oversight. Like I know I mentioned before, but we completely looked over that, so that's on us.
Yeah, when we
Do
planned
I
it,
do I qualify for that since I'm a
no,
rookie every year?
no.
No,
I'm
We'll,
the
you're out
rookie
of the running,
all the way
Todd.
around.
You won
yeah, we
last
don't
year,
want to
Todd.
do anything halfway, and we've already reached out into our sponsors, and they've agreed to do the things that they have agreed to do, but we'll do our best and see what we can do. Yeah, we'll have Todd make a tattoo for us, and we'll get it.
We won't make
Well,
Todd,
good, man.
but I'll do it. I don't know if Todd has any tats or not.
I'm ink free, boys.
Ink free Spider-Man
Yeah,
rod.
down to
Hey,
here.
I work with enough ink every day. I don't need any extra ink.
So, so right now, yeah, man, we're having a good time. We're 5 minutes over our hour mark, which is where I kind of went kind of quick. But if you guys, again, that was my bad. When I posted this, it was 7 p.m. Central Standard Time because I'm in St. Louis. So we found that out about 6 minutes before we went live and changed it. So if you're watching this and you made it all the way to the end, we appreciate that. We appreciate your support. We appreciate the support from our sponsors. So we got them listed there on the bottom. So we got Strike King, Van Hunks, who's sponsoring our Angler of the Year, Dakota Lithium, who's hooking us up with some sweet power boxes. 13 Fishing has been a proud sponsor of us for the past 2 years, even into the KAF side of it. So they have been phenomenal in their support for our club since the beginning. Torpedo, I'm going to tell you right now, I put a Torpedo on the back of the Titan, and it is an absolute monster. It does everything and more that I need it to. So if you guys are questioning if you should go with a Torpedo or NK, the stern mount motor in the grass, the one that I bought, the 3 horsepower version, it goes through hydrilla, pads, any sort of grass with ease, no questions asked. So Torn Outdoors, John Nelson up in Tennessee has been phenomenal. Local guy up there who is crushing it. If you guys aren't familiar with the situation that currently is going on in Tennessee, a couple of their one of their bait shops just got hit by a tornado. What was it last week?
It was Saturday.
Yeah. So a bait shop up there that they literally just opened not too long ago. They lost everything. A lot of damaged product there. So send your thoughts and prayers up there to those guys. But Torn Outdoors, show your love and support to them. They got phenomenal soft plastics. And then Yak Attack, again, they hook us up every year. Rogue Fishing Gear, their tethers are good when used properly. Ego fishing nets are really good. If you guys haven't went out and ego fishing, you can do Ego 15 off. I think is the code, right? Ego 15 off is the code that they've given us.
Correct.
To utilize. If you guys are looking for anything, they have a wide variety of product. Cross kicks, man, I love my cross kicks. Absolutely love them. We're going to be getting some of those. We're going to be getting some gift cards to be able to give away to some anglers at the award ceremonies, to where you guys can go out and buy you a pair of cross kicks. And then for big bass, Spear Point performance hooks. Money. I have thoroughly enjoyed my switch over to Spear Point performance hooks. And then we got Greg Gerdak with Mondo Fishing, who is going to be sponsoring first place for this event and going to be giving away some product throughout the remainder of the year as well. And then last but not least, Todd, I'll let you talk about your product and what you do for the FKBT. That's
We do
right.
shirts, we do labels, we do decals, we do banners, we do all types of printing. Pretty much any kind of printing. Mostly business printing, but in the apparel world, we've got some equipment now that we can break it down to do individual stuff. So yeah, we enjoy helping people out.
Yeah. Sean is supporting West Virginia right now. For those of you that don't know, For those of you that don't know, yeah, he's a West Virginia fan, so we'll hold that against him.
Hey, I just know we did beat a Florida team. I know Clutter's still reeling in his feelings after UCF got throttled. Welcome to the Big 12. No, but for real, get out, use these byproduct from these great sponsors. I just put another order in for Wicked Weights because I lost a few at Kissimmee, throwing in the nasty stuff. So use those products. We gave away some Wicked Weights at this past event. Warrant Baits, Strike King Baits. Get out, support the sponsors for sure. They have great products. And but yeah, that's all I have.
Did you mention Toad Thumper?
On West Virginia some more. What's that?
Oh, sorry.
Bailey,
Yeah.
Did you mention Toad Thumper?
No, I didn't. Toad Thumper. We have a buy one get one code with Toad Thumper, and their frogs are really good. I've went out to a couple lakes, not undisclosed locations, and I have thrown that frog. And I'll just let me show you the damage that this frog will do. I'll be quick. I promise you. No hard feelings here. I'll be.
Where'd you catch that fish at?
Which fish? All I'm gonna say is that thing every single time it was in the back of their throat. So let me get to the other one. There was more. There's another one. Right, I'm telling you, they work. You
can't take multiple pictures of the same fish and be like, oh, they were all gutting that frog.
And then look, they were gutting that they were eating that fluke too. But yeah. I'm just telling you right now, the Toad Thumper frogs are money. And I know a couple guys in Florida that are known for throwing frogs that throw the Toad Thumper frogs. So get out there and support Toad Thumper with the buy one get one code that we have for the club, and stock up on your frogs. So, and Signal Zero, Ivan has a phenomenal. Oh, here, hold on. I got another photo from a phone. I phoned in from a friend. Hold on. I'll show you another picture of the Toad Thumper frog. I'm telling you, man, these things are phenomenal. I'm not going to say who that is.
I can tell by that hyacinth. You guys are in what's that lake called? I can't say it.
No. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, there's been some ginormous fish caught on Lake Pan here recently. So looking forward to this event for sure. So it's going to be a good one. We're going to be back out on the water live. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be competing in the event, but I am going to be out on the water taking photos, videos, and things of that nature. We're really trying to get after promoting this club and making it bigger for the future and expanding. So I don't know if I'm going to be competing in the event, but I am going to be out on the water with you guys, taking pictures, hosting the event awards ceremonies, and we're going to have a good time while we're doing it. So if you see me out there, I'll probably come up, take some pictures of you, take some video, so that we can use it for content for future purposes, if you guys are okay with me doing so. But yeah, we appreciate you guys, all your support, and we look forward to seeing you guys in January on Lake Panasoffkee catching some giants. So that's all I got. That's all she wrote. I will see you guys back to Florida, or I'll be back to Florida tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys out on the water here soon, and Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever it is, whatever you believe in. We hope that you guys have a fantastic holiday season. Spend time with your family, get out on the water, be safe, have fun, and we will see you next time.
Peace out.